So you had to go to sleep early maybe to see us this morning. So I hope you've been thinking.
What's going on, fam? What's going on, family? What's up? What's up? Let's get this money. The market is hot, guys. It is super hot. Take a look at gold, oil, and Nasdaq. Super volatile. Opportunity to make some money. What's up, Carl? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Time to get the money, guys. Let's get this money. It's Friday. Friday is always super volatile day. Friday is always crazy day.
Right now, to talk a little market strategy is Barry Knapp, managing partner, chief market strategist at Crossmark Global Investments. Barry and Victoria, great to see you. Barry, I think I saw you on Twitter saying you had to go to sleep early maybe to see us this morning. So I hope you've been thinking a lot about what's happened this last week. But it does feel like, you know, if we had this conversation on Monday to Friday, a lot has changed. And I don't know, but is the growth trade back on? Is that what's happening here?
Well, the growth trade has been performing pretty well for several weeks at least, if not a little bit longer than that. And the initial thesis was that we reached peak reopening related inflation, the so-called transitory piece of inflation. I wasn't going to mention that word because I did hear Becky say yesterday that she's kind of tired of transitory, but nonetheless, that piece, there's no doubt that, you know, used car prices and the like have hit their maximum, you know, reopening related velocity. And so that was a, you know, reasonable thesis. Those of us, though, that believe that we are moving into a higher inflationary environment post-pandemic would tend to look through this. And I would say the same thing with respect to the Fed this week. You know, I put out a note to clients ahead of time saying that the dot plot had to change. It was nonsensical to not expect a rate hike until 2024. But remember, one of the Powell doctrines is that this Fed is far less interested or confident in forecasts than was the case with the Greenspan, Bernanke, or Yellen Fed. He's not a macroeconomist. So I would expect a round of speeches to walk that back, in part because if they let that forecast hang out there, they've now gone from, you know, state contingent forward guidance on asset purchases, meaning getting substantial further progress, to time-based because they've locked themselves into tapering within, you know, a set time frame, say by the end of the year. So I think they're going to walk that back. There are at least two good payroll reports away from tapering or starting the taper process. I think they'll get those. And that process will start in the fall, and then
Barry, I want to know before we get to Victoria, how are you positioning your portfolio though as a result of that thesis?
Well, I've been in the reflation sector.
So, guys, what I'm doing right now is I am shorting oil. Okay, I am shorting oil. I have been short oil from this top. And yesterday, I started to buy gold from this level yesterday. From this, you guys can easily see yesterday. From the live stream, if you guys were, you know, if you joined me yesterday, end of year for Bionano Genomics, I think end of year for, you know, for Bionano Genomics, I believe we should get to, I believe, according to the analysts that are right now covering Bionano Genomics, they have a price target of, you know, above 10 US dollars. So, I mean, that is a safe bet for Bionano Genomics end of year, okay? 12 from $10 and above, okay, from $10 to like to the all-time high of 15 point something US dollars. So that is a safe bet for Bionano Genomics. I'm here for the next 5 years, so and I have been buying since 50 cents, so I'm not really worried about BNG right now because my positions are in good position.
You know, you can look at CAT, you can look at Deer, they're rolling over. And people are, I mean, you can just look at the stocks at Facebook. And
good morning, Zach. What's going on, brother? We are back. We are back. Let's get this money. Time to make this money, baby. Good morning.
And we like that exposure. We like the exposure to the secular growth area. You were talking about Adobe just a little bit earlier this morning.
So, Zach, yesterday I started to buy gold yesterday. As you guys can see, I started to buy around this level 100, and my average in gold right now is about 177 US dollars. Okay. So we saw that rally overnight. You know, gold went high overnight. Then a few minutes ago, I just saw everything just came down. But you know, I believe this is more or less because today's Friday. So I believe gold has found a bottom. I believe there is a bottom right here, short-term bottom, okay? But you know, anything can happen. Don't sue me, bro. And oil, I am short oil. I am shorting oil. You know, I'm short oil. You guys can easily see the pattern right here. So you just have to be patient with oil, hold it and see what's gonna happen. I believe Saudi Arabia and other OPECs, you know, Nigeria, just mention them, Iraq, Iran, whatever. I believe they are going to increase they are going to open the tap. They will keep, you know, they will start to pump more oil. You know, right now maybe we have more demand than supply. I believe there will be, you know, higher supply than demand in the maybe in the next 3-4 months. So right now I initiated a short position in oil, and I will keep shorting oil. I mean, if it keeps going higher, let's say it goes to $80, I want it to go higher. Actually, I want it to go higher so that I can make hell of money from shorting oil. So
There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now.
Hey, I'm Kramer.
Hey, I'm Kramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Kramer. I'll do it with my friends. I'm just trying to make a little money. My job, not just entertain, to teach, educate. Call me, 1-800-743-CBC, or tweet me at Jim Kramer. We've got a grand confluence going today, a sudden confusing lurch out of the banks and the industrials and into the techs and some retail. This is a move that seems to make no sense to most investors, but you've come to the right place, because it's my job on this show to bust authentic Wall Street gibberish and explain the action in plain English. So pull up a chair and let me tell you what's driving these insane, some would say inane, moves, with the Dow losing 210 points today, the S&P dipping 0.04%, and the Nasdaq.
Good morning, Sparkler. What's going on, brother? Good morning. Guys, please smash the like button as you join the channel. Smash the like button. Help this channel, help the YouTube algorithm to find this video and share it with other investors, okay? Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And Sparkler, what's going on, brother? What do you have? What do you have? Greatest of all. Diamond hands, never selling. Let's get this money, baby.
Is that jumping 0.87%? Crazy, huh? First, we got to cut through the nonsense that you hear constantly from the hard money ideologues who try to pretend not to be that, and their oligarch buddies who try to pretend they're trying to help the poor, who want higher interest rates because they're worried that
I'm buying gold. You know, I mean, I don't know if this is physical gold, but this is from eToro. I believe this is ETF. This is not the physical gold. So I mean, I just buy it on eToro. Of course, I'm using leverage. For example, let me show you guys. For example, let me show you. So right now, for example, my account is completely empty. I've invested everything. So let's say you want to open a $50 position. You know what I'm going to do is no, I can't do it. So let's say you can easily use leverage on eToro. You can see up to X20. So more or less this is going to be 20 times 50. You can use X5, which is going to give you, like, you know, let's say, okay, $200 is the minimum. So you can use X20 and you can just open a position worth about $50. So yeah, if you use X20, that's going to be 20 times 50. So it's more or less ETF. It's not CFD. Sorry, it's more or less this is CFD trade. So you can short gold, you can buy gold on eToro. That's what they offer. So right now I am buying gold and I'm shorting oil. I need to make money from oil, guys. I started to short oil last week at 70, around this level, $70.25. Okay, let me make it bigger and show you guys. $70.25. That's why I started to short oil. And of course, I'm holding my position. I mean, I could have taken profit right here. I started to short it around this level, 70.20 something, around this top. That's when I started to short it. So it went down. And I am shorting oil right now with how much? I think about $3,000 or so. I'm shorting oil. So what happened is it went down. So I was in profit, but I didn't take the profit because I believe oil is expensive right now, and I don't think this $70 price is sustainable, in my opinion. Okay, I have been shorting. I've been day trading oil for years. So I don't think $70 is sustainable. If you take a look at the dailies, you guys can easily see oil went down in last year, March, during the lockdown. It came down to this level, and I was a buyer. Okay, I have been buying oil up to $50. That is when I stopped buying oil, and I took a break from oil. In this year, this is my first position in oil, I believe, in 2021. I didn't do anything. I was waiting for it to go up because I was expecting it to go higher, of course. So now that it is, almost at all-time high, back to where it was in 2018, it's a great opportunity for me to, to get back into shorting oil. I mean, all you just have to do is to, if you are using leverage, you just have to hold it, extend your leverage, extend your stop loss to maybe above $80, $90. I don't know. You just have to do what you are comfortable with. Okay. And of course, I don't advise people to use leverage, but I am trading with what I can afford to lose. Okay. I'm not going all in with my portfolio or something like that. I'm investor. Okay. But oil is something that I just can't do without messing around with. Now, this is what I am. This is it, guys. So oil at above $70 in my opinion cannot be sustainable. I mean, I can't go to the pump and buy oil at this price. I mean, it's not worth it. And in my opinion, whenever the price of oil is higher, Saudi Arabia, Russia, all these OPEC and non-OPEC members, they are going to open their tap and they will keep pumping it. And of course, most of automobiles right now, all these ICE manufacturers, they are transitioning into electric vehicles. Tesla is an example. I work for one of the top German auto companies. That's where I work every day. Okay, I mean, that is my employer, so I have very good knowledge of what is going on in the auto industry and how they are transitioning little by little into electric. So oil at this price, in my opinion, I mean, this is a steal. This is a steal for shorting. So this is the only thing I am shorting right now. And I am also buying gold a little bit. You guys can see gold went down crazy yesterday. Like, from 2 days ago, it has been going down because of the Fed decision, the interest rate decision. I believe it started to go down right here. You guys we were all here together 2 days ago during the live session. I was live streaming the Fed decision, the interest rate decision, and nothing happened to the interest rate. So gold went down. But I mean, I still expect gold, somehow I believe gold should, go back to that all-time high of 2,000 US dollars. This all-time high right here, I still believe gold can get back to this level, form some kind of double top, then maybe it will start to go down. I mean, all economy, all these government, they are printing money like hell. Look at how much American government has printed. Trillion of US dollars, and right now Joe Biden is, and his team, they are already proposing another trillions of US dollars that is going to be, printed for this economic, to relieve the economy, to relieve all this pandemic problem. So, in my opinion, gold have no business right now at this level because US dollar is more or less worthless. Not only US dollars. I am from Nigeria. My currency is also devaluing like crazy. I mean, when I moved to Europe, more than 2 decades, almost 2 decades ago, when I moved to Europe, 1 naira in Nigerian naira and $1 was more or less like 150 naira was $1. But right now, $1 to 1 naira is 400 and something naira. I mean, that's crazy. So money is devaluing, and that brings us also to another argument of cryptocurrency. Okay, that's another topic entirely. So this is gold right now. I expect gold to, this looks more or less like a I'm going to show you guys more or less like head and shoulder. Let me pick up my tool. This looks more or less like head and shoulder. Okay, look at that. This is one. This is another one. I'm going to show you guys how head and shoulder, more or less this is another one. Yeah. We could just even put this right here. This another one, and right now, we have the third one. You can put it like this, or we can just put it like this. This another one, and this what I'm expecting. Of course, I may be wrong. Okay, I mean, that's why you have to trade with what you can afford to lose. So this is what I'm watching right now, guys. I mean, this is more or less head and shoulder pattern, okay? And this more or less a continuation because the trend, if you take a look at it on the monthly, this trend is still bullish, okay? This is still a bullish trend. So this is more or less what I am watching right now. And as you guys can see, gold is right now at the bottom. I remember, a couple of weeks ago, when I'm going to read your comment, guys, just let me finish explaining myself. A couple of weeks ago, when gold was trading around this level, my private Discord members, they pay me monthly to share my idea, but right now I have closed that group. So now you guys can find me on live stream on this channel, sharing all my idea almost every day. Okay, so when I had my private Discord, these guys pay me more than $10 per month. I told them when gold was around this level, when it was double bottom, I told them this was a strong buy. And of course, I bought it. Okay, I bought it around 101,687 US dollars. This double bottom, right? I bought it and I sold everything somewhere around 1,800 around here. That's when I sold everything. Then it went higher, so now it's back down. So now I am a buyer again. So I just opened a small position, and if it keeps going down, of course, I'm going to be adding to my position. And of course, this right here is where this is my tap out zone. If gold goes below 1,700 US dollars once again, then I would gladly close all my position in red. Okay, I would take the loss and move on to another trade. I mean, this is not some kind of trade whereby you just have to be praying for profit or something like that. No, you have to trade with what you can afford to lose. So this is good right here. And I'm going to leave this like that. I'm going to leave it like that. So this is good right now, and this is where we are on the dailies, as you guys can see. At one point, we went high as 1,785 US dollars today, but right now it came back down a little bit. So today is Friday, and I think some stock options are going to expire today. That's why we see Nasdaq going crazy as well. And in the pre-market, I already made a video about Bionano Genomics pre-market, where the pre-market was somewhere around, I'm going to show you guys, the pre-market was somewhere around, it was positive, but right now it has gone down. Look at that. So Bionano Genomics pre-market was, when I made that video, you can find it on my channel. I think I posted it like 20 or 30 minutes ago. So when I made that video, the pre-market was 7.88, something like that. It was green. It was like 0.20 something percent green. But right now you can see it is down pre-market. I mean, few minutes ago, everything just went down, boom, including gold, including oil, Nasdaq. Today's Friday. We have some kind of expiring. Some stock options are going to expire today, and investors on Friday, they always go crazy. Okay, that's why it's always good to be long-term investor, so that whenever all this volatility are happening, you just sit back and relax. If not that I want to come online and chill with you guys, because I enjoy this live stream, I would be playing video game right now. I mean, I don't give a damn about what is going on in the market. I would be playing video game right now because all my money are invested in, solid companies like Bionano Genomics, like AMD. I mean, I have tons of them that I am invested in. Nano Dimension, Tesla, just mention it. So, yeah, that is the situation of the markets right now, guys. Okay. So I believe I have just, that is the introduction to this live stream. Just to keep it simple. Now the market is going to open in the next 11 minutes. The market will be open. So for now, for the next 11 minutes, I'm going to be watching this. Once the market opens, then we can start to dive into different kind of stocks that are going to move today, that are moving the market since Monday, because we have been on this. We have been live streaming since Monday or so. So if you have any question, of course, drop it. And of course, Doge is another thing I am super watching right now. I believe, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I think Doge is going nowhere. I think Doge is going to stay. This coin is here to stay. If you are a BTC maximal miss, or whatever it is they call you guys that only buy Bitcoin, I mean, there is nothing you can do about Dogecoin. This coin is here to stay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm keeping an open mind. I have reserved a fund. This moving average right here, this 200 daily moving average and the 150 daily moving average, they, in my opinion, they are like the elephant in the room. Most of the time, whenever the stock price goes crazy, this is not only about Doge, this is about stocks in general. Whenever it goes crazy, I always wait, because somehow the price always come down to touch this 200 daily moving average. Okay. And I'm not saying Doge is going to go to 14 cents. I'm just telling you what I have been observing for years. Okay, for years. So I am invested in Doge, of course. I've been buying Doge since 60 cents, little by little. But if this price, I'm expecting, somehow, I don't know what's gonna happen. Anything can just happen at any time. I am expecting Doge, to come down to this level. Okay, this support right here, which is of course is at 27 cents. Then I will add to my position. But I have an open mind. If any shit happen and Doge goes down, I mean, you guys should you should always keep an open mind. Nobody knows what's gonna happen next. Okay. 14 cents. There may be some kind of miracle and Doge will go back to 14 cents and it will be very fast, just like it happened on the 19th of on the 5th month of this year. May, April, January, February, March, April, May. Oh my God, May. On the 19th of May, we came down from 0.47 US dollars, 47 cents, bam, all the way down to 21 cents, in a day, bam. And since then, we haven't gotten back to that level. So keep an open mind. We may see some kind of, very fast, super fast crash, bam, to this 200 daily moving average, or, to 20 cents, maybe to 100 and this 150 daily moving average is 0.19 US dollars. Then, bam, it will start to go back higher. So I have a fund reserved. Any moment, if that shit happens, I mean, I will just go in, bam, because it's going to give you a very, very super fast profit. If you want to make a lot of money in a very short period of time, keep an open mind and keep watching Doge. Okay, so that is it about Doge. So let me switch over. This is the 5-minute chart so that we can see what's going on with gold. So I think that is it. That is the introduction to what you guys are seeing right now. Okay, I'm your boy Dayo. This is Frunkla Investment, guys. If you are welcome, if you are new on this channel, please welcome and smash the like button, destroy the like button, and of course subscribe if this is your first time on this channel. We talk about, most of the time about Bionano Genomics every day. From Sunday to Sunday, I post at least one video about Bionano Genomics. This is what I do best, guys, and this is super, super fun. Let's get through it.
Long-term inflation will actually erode the value of their billions. These are the...
Hey,
My
Brahma.
mission is simple: to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now.
Hey, I'm Kramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Kramer. I'll do it with my friends. I'm just trying to make a little money. My job, not just entertain, to teach, educate. Call me. 1-800-743-CBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. We've got a grand confluence going today, a sudden confusing lurch out of the banks and the industrials and into the techs and retail. This is a move that seems to make no sense to most investors, but you've come to the right place because it's my job on this show to bust authentic Wall Street gibberish and explain the action in plain English. So pull up a chair and let me tell you what's driving these insane, some would say inane, moves, with the Dow losing 210 points today, the S&P dipping 0.04%, and the Nasdaq jumping 0.87%. Crazy, huh? First, we got to cut through the nonsense that you hear constantly from the hard money ideologues who try to pretend not to be that, and their oligarch buddies who try to pretend they're trying to help the poor, who want higher interest rates because they're worried that long-term inflation will actually erode the value of their billions. These are the people who think our valiant Fed Chief Jay Powell is nothing more than a patsy. They want the Fed to stop helping regular people find jobs by keeping rates low. And they have the gall to argue that inflation actually hurts people who work for a living more than anyone else. That's false, because what these kleptocrats fear more than anything is wage inflation. They don't want to have to spend more money on payroll. Every time we get a strong labor market, they want the Fed to step in and crush the economy so they'll have more bargaining power. And believe me, they somehow think that it's more important that people don't have jobs or make a little bit of money than they do getting jobs and having some money. Don't get me wrong. I lived through the 70s. I was very big in the unions, worked hard, shop steward. I don't want to go back to a world with double-digit inflation. But we don't need to be so ruthless about stamping out even mild inflation. It's just not worth the trade-off. And that's what's...
So, guys, it is super hot in my room, guys. God damn it. So, what's up? What's going on? Alpha, what's going on? Edicino, what's going on? Sam Turksin, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Sharon, what's going on? Sister? So, I'm going to start with let me see the questions that I have from I am Coco Stewart. So you guys, you are also shorting oil with 600 pounds. Yeah, I am shorting oil as well with more than 600 pounds. So I mean, it's more or less a hold for me. Of course, right now, if you are shorting oil right now, my broker, for example, charges me, for overnight fees and weekend fees. So I am paying about, I think if you invest like, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Because on my broker, if you put in like, let's say 1,000 US dollars, X10, you have to pay. This is it, the weekend fee. No, sell. So the weekend fee is about 5.75 US dollars, and the overnight fee is 1.92 US dollars. So my broker is charging me, every day I have to pay overnight fee for holding, X10 leverage. Let's say 1,000 US dollars, that is more or less 10,000 US dollars. So you are paying like 1.92 US dollars every day. And for weekend, you are going to pay like 5.75 US dollars. So that's how much my broker is charging me. So yeah, I'm shorting and I am holding. So of course I'm paying overnight fee, but it's good. It's all good. I believe the profit is going to cover up the losses from, cover up the fees. So A-Town Gamers, what's going on? The market is down today. Pre-market, yeah, the market is down. You can easily see Nasdaq is, going lower as well. Pre-market, Nasdaq was somewhere around here until 12 o'clock. It's just 12 o'clock German time. It just came down, bam, all of a sudden. Let me switch over to 1 hour on Nasdaq so that you guys can see what I am watching. So this is what I'm watching on Nasdaq, guys. I mean, this is indicating that, there is a possibility the stock market is going to be a big mess today. That is what I am seeing so far from here. But hopefully, hopefully I am completely wrong. Let me put the Bngo band to see what is going on. So this is the Bngo band. You guys can see it looks more or less like a downtrend today. So perhaps Apple, Google, Amazon, AMD, Nvidia, or whatever, because they were all up pre-market. But right now, it seems like they for sure are down. Let me even take a look. Let me quickly take a look at what is trending pre-market. Okay, this is Nvidia. Nvidia is, at one point it was like 457 US dollars or something. So right now it is down a little bit. AMD is something else. AMD was also up pre-market. Right now it is down. You guys can see it is down a little bit. Adobe, they released their earnings yesterday, I believe. Adobe up after our following earnings. So Adobe released earnings yesterday, and right now they are, they were up after our yesterday, and right now they are up like 3.1%. And Nio, was up yesterday 5.2%, but right now it is down minus 0.63%. Nio is really getting a lot of noises right now. A lot of medias are talking about Nio right now. I don't know why. I mean, I don't see any big news from Nio apart from, I think they are coming to Europe. I think they are now distributing their cars in Norway already. So that's the only big news from Nio. And Tesla is also more or less down a little bit. So let's take a look at Bionano Genomics. Bionano Genomics is more or less at this moment down a little bit, minus 0.76% right now, 7.80 US dollars. That is absolutely nothing, because this company has more or less it has not been doing anything so far, for the past 2 weeks or so. So the stock market in general is more or less down pre-market. That's the point I am trying to make. Now, let me take a look at some other question. What do you think is a good take profit for oil? So for oil, I mean, believe me, like I already told you guys, like I already shared in my introduction to this live stream, oil have no business somewhere around here. So I think, let's take a look at the chart, okay? I think, in my opinion, I am shorting oil from 70 US dollars, and I don't mind taking profits, somewhere below 60 US dollars. Somewhere, even somewhere at 64 US dollars is going to be a huge profit for me, because I am leveraged. This is X10 position. So if you put in 1,000 US dollars, for example, this is it, X10 1,000 US dollars. Let's say we put the take profit at 64. I don't think my broker is going to even allow it. Sell oil, 64 US dollars, 64 US dollars. Okay, so the profit is going to be what? 900 US dollars. That is 91% profit if the price goes down to 64 US dollars. So this is X10. It means 10,000 US dollars, okay? Because this is X10, 1,000 times 10. So so that is my take profits. If it comes down to 65 or even 66, it depends on this moving average from the Boligun band. If we come down a little bit to this level, guys, I mean, I'm already almost double my money. So that is my thing about oil. I believe it's going to come down at one point, and then perhaps maybe it's going to, you know, rise a little bit, because I don't expect it to go down all of a sudden. Okay, that's why I am taking my time with this one. I don't mind investing, you know, I don't mind paying a fee of $100 to make 1,000 and above US dollars, for example. So yeah, that is my price target on oil. So let me see. Take profit on oil. I have already answered that. And do you know that a lot of Americans don't even know what Biden has been doing? Not really. Joe Biden is your president. I mean, Joe Biden is your president. Nobody knows what is going on. I mean, the guy is, you know, more or less an old guy, but between yesterday, your thumbnail was trending in the Webbook comments, last night, your face with $100 next to it. Oh my God. Who is sharing my video on Webbook? I don't even have Webbook, guys. I don't have Webbook. That's very nice. So what did you miss? Sam, I mean, you don't about Bionano Genomics in terms of Bngo, I already made several videos, so I don't think you missed anything if you have seen my past video. So oh my God, the market has opened, guys. Market has opened. Let's take a look at what is going on. The market has opened. God, I always miss that. Almost miss that. So I'm going to put Nasdaq right here. Nasdaq, Bngo 7.84 US dollars right now. 7.84 US dollars right now, Bngo. And Tesla is going down a little bit, you know, 612. So right here I have my EVFM. If you guys don't know what EVFM is, I mean, this is a company that I am, you know, talking about now. Apart from Bngo, this is the stock I am talking about on my second channel. You don't need to subscribe, you know, you can easily just go there and see the videos, you know. And of course, there's a link to the due diligence. I made over 40 pages due diligence about EVFM. Go check it out. It is free, absolutely free. We have weekend coming up. Tomorrow is Saturday, Sunday. Just go there, learn one or two things. And if you are interested in the company, you can easily put some money in EVFM, okay? So I'm going to be making another due diligence. I'm going to be announcing new stock very soon, okay? But I'm not going to talk about it now. That is another stock that I am watching. And yeah, so Bngo right here. Let me put gold down here. We are going to have gold down here because this one is a banger. I need to make some money from gold, guys. I mean, and if it goes against me, I would gladly take my losses and move on. I need to make some money from gold. So this is gold. This is gold. This is gold. My average in gold is 1,777 US dollars. That's my average with gold right now. I mean, if it goes down, I could easily add more position, but I don't intend to add any more position to my gold. I'm just gonna leave it like that and keep watching it. Let's take a look at Bionano Genomics, the technical analysis. You know, whenever I make a video, I am using Yahoo Finance to show you guys what is, you know, what I am doing, what is going on, what I'm expecting, and so on and so forth. There was a trend line here, and we broke it little bit yesterday. But unfortunately, the stock price, you know, came back down. You guys can easily see it. Let me make it even a little bit thicker so that you can see it. Because we broke it a little bit yesterday, but unfortunately, it came back down because there is a resistance right here. You guys can easily see it. I mean, Bngo is a long-time investment for me, but, you know, I love talking about, you know, what is going on in terms of the price action, so that whenever you want to add to your position, you know, you can easily see, you can get a good bargain. That's why we do technical analysis on this channel. So let's say the price goes down to this level, for example, you can easily add to your position. If it comes up, you can take profit if you want to day trade it, or you just hold. So this is Bionano Genomics, and that is what we are watching, guys. I mean, we need to get out of this channel. Like I already told you guys, we need to get out of this channel. If not, the price will just keep going, you know, going lower. So what can I put here? I need to keep an eye on Doge, guys. I need to keep an eye on Doge. I think Doge is about to go to that, you know, somewhere around this level. I am keeping an eye on Doge. I want to add to my Doge position. So right here. I need to make this one bigger. I mean, it's not strong at all. So Doge right here. I think Doge is going to come down to this level. So this 0.27 cents, okay? 27 cents. So that's what I am watching with Doge. And this resistance right here, we can call this one a resistance. It's not really a strong resistance, but I think it's safe to call this a resistance because it's more or less symmetry with this one. You know, this a triangle. You guys can easily see it right here. It's a triangle. So let's see what's gonna happen with Doge. So if you're invested in Doge, if you hold Doge right now, I mean, your account must be bleeding right now. So let's keep an eye on Doge as well. And of course, gold is going to my support level. So more or less the market is selling off. I mean, no, apart from oil that I am shorting, and crazy. The funny thing is oil is also going higher while everything else is coming down. So we just have to keep holding. And of course, Bionano Genomics is doing good right now. So yeah. That is the situation of the market right now, guys. That is the situation. Let's continue listening to the Mad Money King, Jimmy Cramer.
Upbeat sales and profit guidance for the current quarter. Not much else you can do here if you're the executives at Adobe, and hence you're seeing Street continue to stay long the stock. BMO is saying the results are they're seeing very positive metrics for Adobe. They're seeing a lot more of its products and services on more devices. They're also seeing the return of corporate spending, again, benefiting the likes of Adobe. So all in all, not surprised by this move here.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at this chart. It's not been a great year-to-date chart. Finally, before we go to break, because I noticed it here on this trending page, 23andMe, which as we talked about, just came public, closed on its SPAC deal yesterday. And the shares are up 16% over the past 2 days.
So somebody is asking me, Carl, if I am at war with Auspicious. Oh my God. Me and Auspicious Brandon, we are in contact. I mean, we still spoke like 12 hours ago. You know, we are talking about a collaboration, and we are still in contact. We are still in, you know, we are in discussion about how we are going to do it, you know, how we're going to do it. I was telling him we should go live, we should do a live stream, but he doesn't want to do a live stream. He wants to kind of record the video and then, you know, edit it, and then maybe he's going to post it on his channel and I'm going to post it on my own. But yeah, that's how it is with Auspicious. I don't know why a lot of people are saying I am at war with Brandon is my brother, man. I mean, when you talk about Bionano Genomics, we just have 3 of us, you know, super consistent with our content on Bionano Genomics. So I, Auspicious, and Mr. Invest a Lot. So 3 of us, you know, we are very consistent with our videos with you know, content about Bionano Genomics. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. If I am at war, I don't need to. How many viewers do we? I mean, if you combine Auspicious and you combine 3 of us together, I mean, Auspicious, Mr. Invest a Lot, and I, if you combine our contents together, I don't even think we are pulling in 20,000 views per day. Even if we are posting, you know, tons of videos every day. I think Brandon also posts about maybe 5 videos every day. You know, he goes on live stream. He's doing like 8 hours on live stream sometimes. Still, if you combine all our contents together every day, we are not drawing in 20,000 views. So fighting or quarreling is a very, very stupid thing. And also the thing is, I am also invested in Bionano Genomics. I mean, I don't even need to be making video about Bionano Genomics. I could just leave that work to Auspicious and Mr. Invest a Lot. You know, I could, you know, keep backing them, because the more viewers they get, the more exposure Bionano Genomics is going to get, and the more money. If the stock goes up, let's say Brandon, for example, you know, he was talking about those Wall Street bets. He was posting his due diligence on Wall Street bet and so on and so forth, and he was making a lot of live stream last week about Wall Street bet as well. So if we get more exposure, this is good for the company. It is good for my investment. I have thousands of US dollars invested in Bionano Genomics right now. So fighting doesn't mean it doesn't how do you say it? Fighting is not good for anybody, and I hardly fight with anybody. I don't have enough energy to, you know, be quarreling with somebody or something like that. I would rather put my energy into something positive. So I hope I am able to answer your question, Carl. I hope I have been able to answer your question. You guys should just stop all this bull crap of me and Brandon fighting. And for lunch today, we are going to have strawberry edicino. Strawberry for lunch today. I'm on diet. Oh my God. Next week will be a great week for Bionano Genomics. Hopefully, brother, Lopez, we need to see Bngo in the moon. We need to break this damn, $8 level. So right now the stock is doing very well so far. Hopefully we can, smash this $8 level today and get out of this range right here. We need to get out of this consolidation zone. It's we've been in this zone since the 8th of this month. We have been in this zone for almost 8 days now. We have been here over 1 week. So we need to get out of it and, at least get above $8 and go to this, $8.5 level, for example. So, yeah. What's your thought on Nio right now? Nio is up 1%. Let me take a look at Nio. I have been following Nio since it was trading in below $3. I think I spoke about it already a few days ago during the live stream. Let me quickly show you guys on the chart of Nio. Nio. So this is Nio right now, and Nio, of course, has been breaking out. I showed you guys last week. I showed you guys that Nio was breaking out. Okay, last week, this chart right here. I could remember clearly last week. I showed you guys this chart. But of course, I'm not getting thousands of views, so most people don't take me serious. I showed you guys this chart last week that Nio was breaking out, and I am absolutely right. Okay, this right here, I remember clearly. I made a video right here. I told you guys Nio is breaking out, and this is multi-week breakout. Okay, multi-weeks breakout. You can see since March, it has been consolidating, then bam. So that is Nio. I've been trading Nio. I've been investing in Nio since right here. I could remember clearly during this first breakout last year, this breakout right here. This one right here. I even made a video on this channel in June. In June, I believe I made a video on this channel. You can still find it in one of my early videos. So I made a video that Nio was about to go parabolic, and of course it went crazy. I was buying Nio. You guys can easily see it right here. I was buying Nio, and my price target in that video was $25. So when we got to this $22, I started to take profit, and right here at $27, I sold all my positions in Nio. And of course, when we went higher, I started to buy in little by little again from here, because I don't buy high, I buy deep. So I bought this deep, and then here I have been loading my ship of Nio, and right now my positions are green again. So that is it about Nio. Nio is we can also talk about the fundamental analysis of Nio, because I'm a Tesla bull, and I believe Nio, of course, because right now the world is trying to transition into electric vehicle. So I believe Nio is also going to get, of course, it's already getting some market share of electric vehicle market share. Should we even call it electric vehicle market share, or just the market share of automobile? So that is Nio, guys. That is Nio. And Tesla right now, the sentiment around Tesla is more or less negative right now. You guys can see it. This is more or less a tiny flag going on right now with Tesla. So maybe we are going to get out of this. Nobody knows, because right now the sentiment is super negative. That's why Tesla has been going down, for months now. And Tesla at one point was almost $900. So guys, if you are invested in Tesla, or if you are not yet invested in Tesla, think about it. Look at that. If you put some money in Tesla right now and you are able to ride it back to $900, that is almost double your money, okay? Even without leverage. Of course, I am leveraged with Tesla. I have been buying crazy from $555. This level right here, that's when I've been going crazy about Tesla. Around this $555. Made tons of profit. I made tons of profits from Tesla, okay? Tesla is my best stock so far. If I want to think about where my money came from so far, Tesla, look at that. I have been riding Tesla for years, all this consolidation zone. And I wrote this, of course, the 420, whatever. rode it up to this level, and right now I'm just buying the dip and waiting for the next rally, the next leg up. So that is more or less all about Tesla. Dogecoin is right here. Tesla is somewhere here. So dailies, guys, watch out. Keep an eye on Tesla. Anything can go, Tesla may go crazy at any moment. So keep an eye on Tesla. You guys can see it right here. So this is Bngo. We have to break out of this channel. Bngo right now is doing something, this is a bullish flag, okay? And it is doing something similar to what Nio was doing. And right now Nio is up, So I think that is it, guys. Nano Dimension and Bngo looks Nano Dimension and Bngo looks exactly the same, guys. Nano Dimension. I also have a little money in Nano Dimension, about $400 or so in Nano Dimension. Yeah, more or less the same, coming down since February 16 or so, and then consolidating around this level. Nano Dimension is trying to break to the upside as well, but I think Nano Dimension, they diluted too many shares. Nano Dimension is sitting on 1 billion US dollars. I mean, that is insane. They have to show us that money is worth it. That's why the stock price is down right now. They have a lot of money, and it's good for the business. Of course, it's good for the business, but it's not only about the business, it's about also the product. I mean, it's not only about them having enough cash at hand. They need to keep on they need to keep delivering. They need to make new product. They need to put money in research and development. They need to show us that it is worth it, that they have 1 billion US dollars in cash. So I mean, I'm bullish Nano Dimension, but I don't expect Nano Dimension to go to the moon any moment from now. I don't even I don't know when it's going to go back to this 17.5 US dollars. Okay, I can't really say, but I just have a little bit money in Nano Dimension because right now it's cost about $8 US to own one share of Nano Dimension. It would be stupid not to have at least $50 US invested in Nano Dimension. I mean, you could, if you put $50 US in Tesla when Tesla was trading at $50 US right now pre-split, it's somewhere above 2,000 US dollars right now. You just have to multiply this by 4 because they made that 1 to 4 stock split, I believe. So you have to multiply this 600 by 4. So that's way above that is about 2,400 US dollars right now, 2,440 US dollars right now. So yeah, if you hold one Tesla when it was $50 US, you would have about 2,000 something US dollars right now. So that's a lot of money. I just think it's stupid not to have some money in Nano Dimension, and that's why I put some money in Nano Dimension as well. Yeah, that's all about Nano Dimension. So a short break, guys. A short break.
Round is brought to you by TD Ameritrade, where smart investors get smarter.
It is time to play. What's up, and then the lightning rounds over. Are you ready to speak back over the lightning round? Let's start with Randy.
So great about the spreadsheet. He's figured this out. He knows that businesses, particularly Black and Hispanic-owned businesses, are far more likely to get started before a new rate hike cycle begins than after, and he wants to help them.
But for all their hand-wringing that Powell didn't do enough yesterday, the fact that he pulled forward the approximate start of the rate hikes, he's now saying late 2023 instead of 2024, has been interpreted by some big money managers as a clarion call that the Fed's finally getting tough on inflation. Now, I think that's totally ridiculous, okay? But the bond market disagreed with me. Stunning session. Bond prices went flying. Bond yields plummeted. The bond boys have collectively decided that Powell finally means business. So they're buying a hand over fist. Man, they're deluding themselves. It's not that he doesn't mean business. He's just meaning business in a different way. Remember, the bond market is much bigger than the stock market. So when investors see bond yields falling, they think, uh-oh, the big turn in the economy that we thought could continue because Powell's so easy and won't even acknowledge inflation. It's over. And that's how you get a stock like Caterpillar, a good company, tumbling nearly $8, down almost 40 points from its side. 40 points. That's how Freeport McMoran, the copper company, could sink more than $10 in a month's time. It's why anything connected to commodities is plummeting. Now, to everyone who's worried about commodity prices, I got good news for you. The stock market, which is pretty correct on these kinds of matters, is saying that commodity inflation has already peaked. What the kleptocrats think is such a worry. It's not. Forget transitory. The market's saying it's pretty much over. Sure, the market could be wrong, but if you were worried about totally out of control inflation, that possibility has been taken off the table. Just take it off. You're looking at a sudden collapse in every stock related to commodities at the same time that long-term interest rates are crashing. That wouldn't happen in a world with wild and crazy inflation, like so many of the ideologues tell us is happening. Turns out Powell was right. Turns out it really was transitory. Powell didn't need to raise interest rates or taper his bond buying. He just had to float the possibility of maybe tightening a couple of times in 2023, and the problem took care of itself. Now, there are a few shortages that are more intractable, but I've got solutions even for them later in the show. Earlier this week, I told you this market would be unable to mount a traditional rally until oil starts going lower. Well, guess what? Now oil's even reversed, and reversed hard, because we're hearing that the Saudis are ready to start boosting production. This level has been terrific for them, but if they let the price of crude go any higher, then the shale producers in our country will start drilling again. Remember, they're down 1.9 million a day from what they were doing. And that's the last thing the Saudi Arabians want to see. They want to keep oil high enough to make a ton of money, but still low enough to keep their undisciplined American compadres on the sidelines. Tomorrow we get the Baker Hughes rig count number, and I bet it's going to show an uptick in drilling, making the Saudis even more eager to put a lid on petroleum. Yeah, transitory. So what about this insane rotation into tech and fintech? That's easy as pie. With E, money managers are selling the industrials because they're convinced that Powell's about to get tough. It's like they don't listen to a word this guy says, not a single word. When you think the Fed's getting ready to tighten, the hedge fund playbook says you need to buy traditional senior growth stocks like FAANG or Microsoft, or the semiconductor companies like AMD or NVIDIA. All of them will outshine the smokestack stocks in the slowing economy. Facebook has triumphed over its critics and remains a great bargain for advertisers. Amazon's about to have a super prime day. Apple's working the kinks out of healthcare, despite what the newspapers say. Netflix has a better slate of programming now that COVID's coming down. Google's got strong businesses everywhere and a new sense of discipline when it's coming to spending. I know there's no M in FANG, but I think Microsoft deserves to be an honorary member because it's in such good shape. How about the chip makers? At first, I thought NVIDIA soared nearly 5% today because my wife, Lisa, is getting a new rescue dog, and she agreed that I can call this one NVIDIA too, just like its predecessor. No, that wasn't it. It's just the company caught a recommendation today saying that the growth is accelerating, which it is. Plus, people are coming around to believing that NVIDIA will be able to acquire ARM holdings, just like Jensen Huang told us. Same story with AMD and its acquisition of Xilinx. It will no longer be pigeonholed as the knockoff version of Intel, when actually Intel is now the knockoff version of AMD. Meanwhile, all the fellow traveler cloud kings and cybersecurity stocks held hands and rallied too. We just had Twilio on the show. Great story. Natural flyer, a few today. And then after the close, as we predicted, Adobe shot the lights out with an amazing quarter that is certain to have a ton of pin action. Tomorrow. Now, I know there are people who argue that home builders will be squeezed by inflation, but that's a tough road to hoe when you have one of the biggest ones, Lennar, reporting that it had great sales and terrific margins. Terrific margins. Remember, everybody was saying the margins are being crushed? Well, then please do some homework. I didn't get up at 3 a.m. to just kind of like listen to the birds. They get up around 4 anyway. I know mortgage rates have had a little spike, but with bond yields coming down, that's over. Let's see the home builders can weather inflation. I think they are. Rates are down, so affordability is up. That means you should buy. I just got another mortgage today. I locked it in. What the heck? Why not? They're giving them. I'm taking them. Of course, the market's stubborn. Actually, just that was for the rest of the farm that I bought with that Ethereum and that other thing that Bitcoin. Anyway, these buyers think the economy's slowing, which means there'll be no near-term rate hike. Something the banks need if they're going to save their quarters. So be careful of all but a handful of the traditional financials and go buy the fintechs while they're still down. Square and PayPal are going crazy. There are fintechtuals. Now, does any of this make sense? Yeah, sure for today. I mean, I say for today because some of this buying is big bad event buying. Meaning the bulls were waiting to see what the Fed did before they swarmed in. And we know we're in a seasonally weak time. So I suspect that some of these tech stocks will give up their gains. But the bottom line, the buyers and sellers have spoken. They think J. Powell means business, but not anytime soon. And the hyperinflation theme, well, that's now off the table, where it should have been all along.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow at Jim Cramer on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Mad Money Lightning Round is brought to you by TD Ameritrade, where smart investors get smarter.
It is time to play. What's up, and then the lightning round is over. Are you ready to keep that? The lightning round is going to start with Randy in Minnesota. Randy.
Hi, Jim.
Randy. What's happening?
First thing I want to tell you is I want to thank you for helping all us little investors out. We all appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. That's who I'm working for. Thank you very much. What's going on?
I've had a stock for like 5 years now, and I bought it because it sounded like a real good stock. It was over in Europe, and now it's moving to the United States, and they just got approved by the FDA. And I bought 10,000 shares, and then it went up to, it sat for like 4 years now.
All right.
And then it went up to $5.51 a share.
Okay.
So I sold 5,000 shares and took my money
We
back.
got some unusual option activity now. Which one's the stock? What's the stock?
It's Sensonics Holdings.
Yeah, okay. Since that competes against Dexcom and competes against Abbott, which are big competitors, so it's just a speculative one. Let's go to Mike in Illinois. Mike.
Mr. Kramer.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, thanks for all you and your team do. I love
Our team is great. Thank you.
I love that you dive into small, fast-growing companies and not only cover the biggest, well-known names.
All right.
A recent example is Celsius. I discovered the company after my brother gave me a wild berry Celsius, and I loved it.
Well, I got to tell you, my guys downtown in my morning show, they love it too, and I love it. I think it's a sensation. Let's go to Scott in Indiana. Scott.
Hey, this Scotty Pink from Indiana. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, hey, man, no regrets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm calling about Tinder Wish.
Oh, man, that's a memer. We had to, whoa. I was actually doing a piece of Wish. Can we save it? Oh, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of the lightning round.
To
Lightning
step
round.
by step electrify everything. And what does that mean? Combustion engines get electrified.
This is Bloomberg Markets, the open, finishing up what looks to be a first half hour of softer action. Fear of the Fed tapering its bond purchases. You can see the Russell leading the way down with 1.1% decline. The S&P down 8%. The Nasdaq also very solidly in the red. And interestingly, over in the bond market, you can see more of a bid into the long end, a fear of perhaps a deflation of the reflation. Time now for the trading diary. You need to be watching for the rest of the week and today. President Biden delivering remarks at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then a host of Fed speak all of next week. Fed Chair Jay Powell taking the stage on Tuesday, testifying on Capitol Hill. We get a BOE rate decision plus core PCE and GDP numbers on Thursday. Watch those PCE numbers. Inflation surprising to the upside was one key thing Jim Bullard of the St. Louis Fed pinpointed today for his projected rate hike at the end of 2022. And finally, personal income and spending numbers rounding out the week on Friday, speaking to the conundrum about all the savings that people have in their bank accounts. How quickly will they save that? How quickly will they spend it? Who exactly is the marginal spender out there with money in these deposits? In the markets, that softer tone really developing over the session. Interesting to see how initially people were uncertain, and then Jim Bullard's comments talking about how he did see this as the start of taper talk. This marks the kickoff for Fed Chair Jay Powell, speaking for one of the more dovish members, even though Jim Bullard has been traditionally a hawk. And in the bond market, yield curve flattening across the board, really crashing in with the gap between 30-year and 5-year Treasury yields, now the narrowest since November of 2020, as people reassess the long-term outlook versus the short-term interest rate outlook. This was Countdown to the Open from New York. This is Bloomberg.
So there is a news, pertaining to oil. If you are trading oil with me, there is this OPEC forecast U.S. oil production to rise 500,000, I believe, per barrel to 1.2 million BPD next year. So this and it's more or less, what they're expecting to happen next year. OPEC Technical Committee delivered forecast this week and that anticipates an additional 200,000 BBP of US oil this year and summer. So more or less, like what I have been saying, I believe, OPEC are going to increase their position, their oil production, because $70 is a steal for OPEC. They have to open their taps so that they can make as much money as possible. If they don't, it means all these what are they what do they even call these US oil producers? They are using this they call it something fraction or something like that. Guys, I haven't traded oil for months. Oil producers in America, they call it fracking. Yeah, they call it fracking. So the thing is, if OPEC, if they don't open their tap, if the price of oil keeps rising, the US oil producers that uses fracking method, they are going to open their taps. Okay, for those of you guys wondering, fracking. So what they will do is they will open their tap and they will start to produce more oil, which means the price of oil is going to, it means they are going to, because I believe they can produce cheaper than OPEC is producing. Of course, the quality of their oil is not as good as from Saudi Arabia or from Iran or something like that. But it's going to, they are going to be eating into the competition of OPEC. That's more or less the point. So OPEC needs the price of oil to be down so that they can take out all the competitors, all the competition from fracking from America, for example. And then, that's more or less the idea of oil, okay? More or less the idea of oil. So right now, this is what is going on. Of course, I opened another short position around this level. I don't believe in this breakout. I mean, I am going to keep adding to my position of oil, averaging into oil until that massive drops is going to happen. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next month even, but of course it's going to happen and I'm going to double my money. So I'm not trying to tell you guys to invest or short oil. I'm just telling you what I am doing. Bngo right now is more or less, not going anywhere. Tesla is also not really doing any big thing. And I'm still looking at Doge. I'm expecting Doge to come down to this level, 0.27. 27 cents. And of course, gold is, back on that support level. Right now on top of the support level. So let's hope it is going to hold. If it keeps holding, I mean, maybe this is all we are going to see today because today is Friday. Maybe that's all. And maybe there's still a lot of action left in the market, but we will see. We will see. Let me see what I can.
Months after Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico is still in peril. Huge swaths of the island are still without power, running water, or access to
Hurricane. Horrible. Hurricane was horrible. Let's go to Yahoo Finance and see what's going on with Yahoo Finance.
And of course, today's numbers changing these somewhat. Tesla shares were off about 10%, and then obviously,
so
down has been its own kind of debacle. I know we'll talk about in just a second. And even Nikola, the stock is up about 10% so far this year, which again is still majorly trailing what we've seen from Ford and GM. But Nikola shares were cut in half last year, and I think figuring out what the company actually does is still an open question. Nio, Canoo, Fisker, Canoo and Fisker, of course, both went public via SPAC transactions, and you've got a couple of your LiDAR plays in there. Ava is one that comes to mind. I don't even know how many different LiDAR companies we've talked to on this show. And my favorite framing for how all the EV stocks were trading in the beginning of this year is someone made the comment, and I wish I could remember who it was. It was somewhere, on financial Twitter, that all the EV stocks were trading like they were going to be the winner in a winner takes.
I don't have any electric battery stocks. I don't, because I'm a big Tesla fan. In my opinion, Tesla, more or less, if you want to talk about electric batteries, you are going to talk about LG Chemical. You are going to talk about what's the name of this another supplier, Panasonic. You're going to talk about Panasonic. And of course, Tesla is also, working on this. They are 4687 or something like that. This latest battery. So it's more or less a complicated thing. I think last year, no, I'm not also invested in any company that has to do with charging station. But of course, I can always, if I want to invest in any company that is into charging stations, I can easily, do some due diligence and look, just bring out a list of all the companies, all the top companies in terms of, that are into charging, and just do some due diligence and check out which one is, perhaps undervalued and invest in it. That is what I would do if I want to invest in any company that has to do with charging. I think Tesla is more or less all in one, because Tesla is also, we have this supercharger network, which of course is the highest in the whole of the planet. So, and we have Tesla, building their battery as well. They are working on their own battery. They want to, I think maybe at one point they are going to dump LG Chemical and Panasonic and all their battery suppliers. Maybe, nobody knows. But we surely need a lot of electric vehicles, and I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next year. Maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe Tesla is going to stand alone and only use their own battery in their vehicle. So I'm not invested. I'm just invested in Tesla. Tesla is a combination of everything, guys. I mean, Bitcoin is even there. Who knows? Maybe they are going to announce Doge as well. Maybe they are going to start to accept Doge coins, and Bitcoin they want to start to accept Bitcoin once again. So Tesla is all in one. If you are invested in Tesla, you are more or less invested in charging, charging company, battery company, solar company, software company. They have this autopilot they are still working on as well. They have their superchargers, it's all in one. And they're also talking about this QVAC system, for what is it called even? You have plenty of time, bro. Zach, you have plenty of time. There is absolutely no reason to be in a hurry. And of course, it's very good that you are into, investing at the age of 23. I wish I was into investing at the age of 23 as much as you are. So, nice one.
When things return to quote unquote normal, but also as Ford and GM do have those more electric offerings.
Yeah, and let's talk. We teased it a little bit, but Nikola started this last year. Comments by company's founder Trevor Milton on what they were and weren't doing were widely criticized. The company then said, well, all of it was true, and now Milton's not associated with the company. Well, the saga at Lordstown has taken a similar shape. Former CEO Steve Burns coming on various media platforms, including ours, talking about 100,000 orders for trucks. Then they roll that back. Then Steve Burns goes on CNBC wearing a hard hat, trying to talk about manufacturing capability. Brian Sazzi, earlier this week, the company replaces Burns and its CFO, and now the interim leadership has put up communication yet again on what orders have and have not been made with Lordstown. Company disclosing another update yesterday. What is going on here?
Yeah, well, essentially you had an executive the day before they came out this SEC filing yesterday, I believe before noon or right around noon, walking back what that executive had to say in terms of pre-orders, essentially telling investors you can't believe what he said. So very strange, bizarre week for Lordstown Motors. Not a week that I've seen in some time from a publicly traded company. You see the stock up about 3% this morning, but the read overall is that Lordstown probably needs an entirely new management team. They probably need an entirely new board of directors too, to fully clean house and try to chart a path to surviving into 2022. Very important that this company starts to raise cash very, very soon, or they're just not going to be in business. That said,
look at that, guys. Doge is, it keeps going down. Look at Doge. Look at Doge. Look at Doge. It's going down. So I have this, I am expecting Doge to come down to this level. Doge to this level, 27 cents. I hope it is going to come down to 27 cents so that I can load up, add to my bag. 27 cents, baby. Come on, come to daddy. Come to daddy. So it's almost there. So gold has somehow found support around this level. So we will see. I think I need to switch over. I need to put this to Bitcoin. Let's take a look at what is going on with Bitcoin right now, because Doge is going down heavily. Okay, nothing big is going down with Bitcoin. Ethereum is also more or less. Let me put my Bngo ban and see.
U.S. stock exchanges, meantime, obviously are open. We've been talking about trading, but they said they'll consider whether to close beginning next year.
Ethereum is on a support level, guys.
Speed filter from Snapchat 8 years after introducing it. That filter allows
2,200. I want to buy Ethereum, but I still think there's going to be some kind of flash crash. I've been trading crypto since 2016, almost every day. I still believe there is going to be some kind of flash crash, and most of all these cryptos will just come down. So I'm still expecting Ethereum to come back to test this support at $1,718 around that level. I am still expecting Ethereum to come back to that level and retest that support. Then I would gladly add to my position, or $2,000 in worst case. I mean, in good case, or how should I say it? I expect Ethereum to come down to this level. Then I will add to my position. Right now, it's more or less. I have been trading Ethereum since it was $6. Okay, $6. I even made a T-shirt from Ethereum. $6. I'm going to show you guys in a minute my T-shirt, my Ethereum T-shirt that I made in 2017. I will show you. So I think there should be a kind of flash crash, and Ethereum should come down to this level, and I would gladly, add to my position. Last week, when Ethereum was around this level, I was, when I went live, I showed you guys this pattern. I showed you, but most people don't take it serious. I showed you guys this pattern that was happening last week. Most people didn't take it serious, but that was the beginning of the downtrend from about last week. This right here, I went live and I was showing you guys this candle right here. I was showing you guys, and you guys can see. I mean, since then, I didn't open any position since then, because this, in my opinion, was the beginning of a downtrend. And sometimes the candle is going to, the price action is going to, fool you to think it's trying to go back higher. And that's what we have been saying. It came down here, it bounced, it tries to go around here. I remember that day it was green, and I was looking at it, and I was, wondering if I should open position or not. Then I was looking at it, and of course, from my experience, it's always like that. The price action is going to try to fool you to think it is going higher. So more or less, you guys can see now we have a new lower low. I mean, in terms of 2 weeks ago, this right here is a new low. Low. I believe it is lower than this right here. So in my opinion, this is the downtrend, and I expect Ethereum to at least come down to this $2,000 level. But if it goes below $2,000, then we should see $1,750, and that will be a very, very nice zone to buy Ethereum. Justin, good morning. What's going on, brother? What's up? How was your night? So that would be a very nice zone to buy Ethereum. And guess what? All of these top YouTuber, Kevin, Graham, or what is his name, they all loaded up on Ethereum around this level. I believe most of them right now, Graham, or what is his name, he bought Ethereum at $1,900. So he's more or less still in green. He bought around this level, $1,900. So in my opinion, the price of Ethereum needs to go down to this level. Wipe away paper hands. Everyone that bought around this level, we need to wipe them out. Then I'm going to jump back into Ethereum, load my ship, and then ride it to the promised land. So that is what I'm watching from Ethereum. And so gold has found a bottom. I think we have somehow for now a bottom. Maybe that is it for today. Today is Friday. I don't expect any huge things to happen today. So this is what I'm watching, guys. Doge, Ethereum, there is a possibility this weekend is going to be nasty for cryptocurrency. Just keep an open mind. I may be wrong, okay? This weekend may be nasty for cryptocurrency. We may see a flash crash this weekend for cryptocurrency. If it happens, I'm going to come live and I'll tell you guys I told you so. So just keep an open mind. There is a possibility tomorrow or on Sunday, maybe we are going to see some kind of very fast crash in cryptocurrency. So if you want to add to your position, so today, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to free some fund, from my portfolio. I'll free some fund from some of my plays, and I'm going to keep it as reserve. So if this crash happens tomorrow or on Sunday, I'll just load up my ship. So yeah, I think that is that for now. I'll just keep watching it and see what's gonna happen. I'm still watching this Doge. I'm still expecting Doge to come down to this 27 cents area. Then I can load up the ship. So I'm going to leave Ethereum right here. We don't need to watch Nasdaq anymore. So let's just keep oil around this level. Oil is, this in my opinion is more or less a trap. Okay, I may be wrong, but this looks like a trap in my opinion. So we just need to keep watching it. And Bionano Genomics is not, going anywhere today. It's more or less at the same level. Nothing big is happening. Nothing big is happening with Tesla as well, more or less at the same level. So yeah, the action is right now in cryptocurrency and in gold, more or less a little bit. Good morning, Justin. What's up? What's going on, brother? Will oil go back down in your opinion? Of course, like I said, my short position in oil, I don't expect to take profits today. I don't expect to take profits next week because I want to take 100% profit. Okay, I'm not ready to take 10%. I already saw a lot of 20% profit that I could have taken, but I didn't. So my target with oil is 100% profit, or I'm going to close my position in losses, 50% losses. So 50% loss. So I'm shorting oil. So I hope that answers your question. Coco Stewart, will oil go back down? Of course oil will go back down, but it is very difficult to really time the market. You just have to know that it will. I mean, that's more or less how I've been trading oil. You just have to know from the fundamental analysis, from the technical analysis, that it's gonna go down. Open your position, set your stop loss as high as away as possible. Don't over leverage if you don't know what you are doing, and you just have to hold. It's gonna crash. Look at this crash, for example. Nobody knew it was going to happen. This was one. Nobody knew this was gonna happen. It's going down, bam. Okay. This was another one from yesterday. Nobody knew it was gonna happen. Look at that, bam! All of a sudden, it was this is the 1 hour candlestick. It was trading, and then all of a sudden, bam! That is oil. And this candle also, for example, I mean, you guys were here when it started to go higher. Nobody knew it's gonna happen. It just started to go higher, but this more or less trading in the range of $1, $2. So that's not really a crash, and that's not really a rally. I am expecting a crash to bam, all of a sudden to $65, $67. That would be a nice sell off. So that's what I'm expecting, not all this 70 to 71, 71 to 72, just like it has been doing for this now. You guys can see it has been going up little by little. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a really downtrend, like from $71 to bam, all of a sudden $65 or $62. I've seen it many times with oil. Oil can go up, $5. It can go down $5 at any moment. So that's what I'm targeting with oil, not all this little bit this little downtrend. So Bngo. What's going on with Bionano Genomics, guys? What is going on with Bionano Genomics? What is going on with Bionano Genomics? Let's take a look at what's going on with Bngo. Bngo. Yesterday, when we went up, yesterday was a great time for us to, smash to get away from this downturn, but it didn't happen. The volume was not really there. This right here yesterday was that breakout, but somehow it retraced back, and that is what we are paying for right now. That is the price we are paying right now. Yesterday we went high, and then we came back. We came back down. So we'll see what's gonna happen with Bngo. I think there's a support right here right now. There is a support at this $7.67. If we break this support, guys, I mean, you know what's gonna happen. If we break it, we are coming down. Okay, I mean, that's just the sad truth. If we break it, we'll come down. It means we have to go back to our dropboard, and hopefully next week. Last week Friday, Bionano Genomics closed at $7.5 last week Friday, around $7.5. I don't know what is the date from last week Friday. Let me see. Last week Friday was 11th, right here, guys. 11th. You see, it closed around this level last week Friday, 11th, around this 7.5, yeah, 7.57 US dollars last week Friday. So who knows what's gonna happen today? Maybe we are going to close again at 7.5 US dollars, because I don't know what is it about this 7.5 US dollars level. I'm going to put a horizontal line at that 7.5 US dollars, and we will keep watching it. 7.57. This is where it closed last week Friday. So more or less, we are still at the same zone. At the same zone. I mean, nothing has changed. You are welcome, brother. Coco Stewart. How is gold doing? Do you think it will break that 1,770 and go further down? So gold so far, you guys can easily see. I mean, we are all watching the same thing. Gold so far, gold is right now, it's found this more or less a double bottom on the 1 hour candlestick. Let's switch over to 1 hour. This is a double bottom, okay? And normally this is gold we are talking about. We shouldn't break 1,770. We shouldn't. You can easily see that we went down, we bounced, and maybe we are going to consolidate around this level for the rest of the day, because right now it is 4:30. We have about 6 hours left before the market close. There is a possibility we are going to do the same thing that we did on the 17th, which was yesterday. Closing around this level. So 7 hours left before the market closes. So sorry, I'm talking about the stock market. 7, 8, 9, more or less 9 hours left. We will see. But I believe this is a double bottom. There is no reason for gold to go below 1,770 right now. So we just have to keep watching it and see what's going to happen. This is a very good support level in my opinion. So we just have to keep watching and see what's going to happen. Double bottom support level. If you want to invest in gold or buy gold right now, this is a good zone to put some money. After the crazy sell off, whenever something sells off, we see this more or less a dead cat bounce. They call it dead cat bounce. So you go down, you bounce, bam, then you come back down, and then finally you can find some support, and then you can rally. So gold, that is it with gold. Bionano Genomics keeps going lower.
Make their predictions. They're all taking that into account because things are just different now. COVID-19 has changed a lot of things, and theaters are no exception.
Most definitely. Allie, thanks so much. I won't be going to any movies this weekend. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the changing face of retail trading. We'll talk to the co-CEO of Public.com.
All right, well, back in the beginning of the meme trade, we all learned a lot about a lot of things, and one thing that we all learned more than we ever expected to in our lifetimes was payment for order flow, or how free online brokers actually make those trades, in many cases, free for their customers. But one company came out during that period and said that they are no longer going to be involved in payment for order flow and shifting their model towards tipping, and that company is Public. And Mike Abraham, the company's co-CEO, joins us now to talk a little bit about that decision and also like just what you've seen in trends in your business. So let's start just with the payment for order flow issue, how you guys thought about it, and what's happened in the few months since you decided to no longer make that one of your revenue streams.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. First, for some context, right? So Public is obviously a retail stock brokerage, and I think the specific thing around Public is that we are on the one side a stock brokerage, and on the other side we're also a social network. So people can actually experience the stock market together with others. They can see what people invest in. They can post about certain topics, discuss companies, etc. And so for that, we have built Public that way because we're truly sort of on the mission of bringing more people into the stock market. And so on Public, actually 90% of people make their first investment on Public. And so when we looked at and kind of reflect ourselves on just like our business model in general, again, we're an early company, right? We have been less than 2 years in the market. And so we still have some flexibility of kind of like rethink how we do business. And so when we looked at the payment for order flow model, we kind of saw for ourselves that if you're a stock brokerage that puts a lot of emphasis on like that, takes most of the revenue from that model, you also have a little bit of a conflict of interest with your users. because it pretty much incentivizes you to, try to push your customers for more trades, to have larger trades, etc. And so with that, we just thought that our incentives will be better aligned if we truly try to align our business model and therefore like the most fundamental incentives that we can have as a company with the interests of our users as well. And that's why we also introduced, one new revenue channel, which is tipping, which is, basically the optionality for people to pay us for the execution of their trades. And, for us being very open about it, that there is no such thing as free trades, right? Somewhere someone pays for that. And we just believe that's a way more transparent model that, just aligns much better with our users.
So like, how many people are doing that? How has that worked out for you? How many people are offering tips? And I'm also curious, while we're talking about how many people are tipping, I'm curious how many people are on the platform. I know you guys saw a surge in January, right? When people got annoyed with Robinhood for various reasons. How's that surge kept up? And are people tipping you?
Yeah. So we are over 1 million users on the app, and that has been steadily growing even since February and so on. From there on. Generally, our growth has kept up. We're not sharing much more numbers on that right now, but obviously there was a big surge throughout January and February, but like the baseline after it is drastically higher than anything it was before that, and I believe that's similar for most players in the market as well. And then the other side is obviously for us, we are not sharing any numbers around tipping specifically yet in terms of revenue numbers on that and so on. But it is a model that so far from our users have very much appreciated because it is so transparent. And so even when you tip in the app and you put a tip on your trades, the trade itself gets a little marker that shows other people that you have tipped as well. And so it really also has become this kind of sense for like, hey, if you are someone in the market who believes in a more transparent model, it's also a way for you to show off that belief within the community as well.
You had a recent capital raise earlier this year, valuing the company at what, $1.2 billion. Where are you spending that money?
So number one, obviously, we are growing very, very quickly. And so a lot of the money is obviously going just into product health and making sure that, we're staying the one stock brokerage that hasn't been down all year or like any time this year, so to say. And so we want to keep it that way, right? So number one is really making sure that we can scale with our customers and we can scale with the growth. And that falls into systems as well as also just scaling the team in general, right? We have hired a lot on the brokerage side. We have hired a lot in customer service to just keep up with, the kind of rising demand. And the other piece is obviously growth, right? So as we are also a social network, the product becomes better the more people are on it. Because again, we always look at the stock market, as something that is like very deep and very wide. And if we think of, who has the best capability to truly, cover that vastness of the stock market, it's a community. And so the more people are on public, the better the product also becomes. And so we have not just a business interest in growing the community, but we also have an interest in just, making the product better by adding more people to it and therefore having more diverse voices join the community.
And like, I know that you guys on the platform sort of emphasize investing over trading. You don't want people sort of day trading. But at the same time, you do have, as you talked about, the model where you allow people to sort of follow people and what other people are doing. Are those things incongruous? If indeed, because typically when you have sort of people on YouTube or wherever it may be on social media, encouraging others to follow them, they are day trading, right? So not all of them, but certainly a lot of them. So how do you mesh those?
So first off, I think it comes down to the culture around the stock market. And I think what you're describing there comes from that historically the culture in terms of active trading, right, picking your own stocks, has been more driven from short-term thinking, more driven from speculative thinking and so on. And that's where you see the kind of day trading culture come from. And we always, from the very beginning, have said to truly democratize the stock market, you have to change its culture. And so very early on, what we've done is, we focused very heavily to build a community on the app that is not the typical, type of setup that you would expect the stock trading community to look like. And so on public, it's 40% women, it's 45% people of color, it's 90% first-time investors, and it's 90% long-term investors. And so with that, the culture itself already is very different than what you would normally expect. And that, culture kind of then also has obviously effects on, people's behavior, on how they are being exposed to the stock market, and what kind of, investing principles people are exposed to when they join the stock market for the first time. And we think that's a very important thing. And so we look at social really more as a way to make the stock market approachable by seeing that you're surrounded by people like yourself. And the other piece also to use it as a way to really scale education around the stock market. And so in public, it's much more, collaborative versus competitive. It's not about showing off your, largest gains. It's much more about, sharing experiences and sharing knowledge around investing principles, companies, certain trends, and so on.
Mm-hmm. This
All
guy
right,
is
Abraham, co-CEO of Public.com, a company certainly at the nexus of a lot of major market trends right now. Like, thanks for joining today, and I hope we'll stay in touch.
Awesome, thanks for having me.
very correct.
Coming up on the other side of this break, going to talk about how the restaurant industry is faring on the other side of the pandemic, particularly as major cities like New York get themselves back to 100% capacity, back with.
Good. So, so let's quickly take a look at what has been going on so far with the market. A very quick update. So Bionano Genomics seems to have found somehow, seems to have found a bottom on my support line. I'm going to bring it down up. This one is supposed to be at 0.75, 7.57 US dollars, somewhere around this level. So this is one. So I think hopefully we are going to find a bottom at this level, Bionano Genomics. Then we can go back up and retest this resistance. Okay, hopefully that's what's gonna happen. If not, you guys know this support needs to hold. If not, we are coming back down. I mean, it's as simple as that. This support needs to hold. So I have my tiny support also from last week Friday closing at 7.5 US dollars. So I mean, if this support fails us, then that is definitely, hopefully this one is going to hold. But I mean, you guys can see this what is going on. This what is going on right now with Bionano Genomics. No, there's no miracle. There's nothing like short squeeze or something like that. I mean, the thing is just more or less doing its thing. And gold is doing good so far. So we just have to keep watching it. Gold is doing good so far. It's doing good so far. It seems to have found a bottom, short-term bottom at this level, 1,768 US dollars. So now it is up about $10, 1,778 US dollars right now. So I'm just still waiting. I'm waiting for oil. Because there is no reason for oil to be above 70 US dollars, like I have already been saying. Tesla is doing good. I mean, this more or less the entire stock market, more or less the stock market. You have Tesla, representing the Nasdaq and stuff, and Bionano Genomics as well. We have oil, commodity. We have gold, talking about inflation and stuff, and then we have these two cryptocurrency that we are watching. So if you guys have any stock you would like me to look into, of course, you can easily use the comment section and just drop it there, and I would gladly look at it. So let's quickly take a look at what is going on with on Forex Live, the entire market. There are some breaking news going on right there. This guy is talking about US dollar Canada. US dollar right now is very strong, I believe, today. US dollars and Bitcoin has been going down for third straight days. Okay, this is the third time Bitcoin is going down. You can see right here. Since 14th of this month, it has more or less been going down. So Bitcoin. This news is about Bitcoin, but I mean, Bitcoin edged below the early lows in a fall to 36,780, down about 1,000 US dollars on the day, or 2.5%. So, and WTI, crude oil, this is oil. Crude oil snaps back to 72 US dollars. So, a lot of people are watching oil. Okay, I mean, I'm not the only person. Millions of people, if not, are watching oil right now, and they are hoping oil is going to go down. So I think a lot of people are betting against oil right now. Not only Dayo.
Which is no longer. It was a real challenge, and to have to wear them. And, people would be like, well, I'm vaccinated. And we kept having to explain, yes, but we don't know who else in the dining room is vaccinated or not vaccinated. So having that lifted is huge. And I think it's huge for all restaurants.
And, Amanda, on that point, I've thought about this a lot as a patron of restaurants, that you guys were kind of hung out to dry as the enforcers of public health policy. And it seems, as we're moving through this, like it was, among other things, an extremely unfair position, for the government to put you guys in.
Yeah, felt like the COVID police.
Just a second.
And, we were inspected constantly by the city to make sure we were following.
I don't think gold is bearish. Matthew. I don't think gold is bearish. It was bearish. If you were shorting it from, 2,000 US dollars, when it was trading above 1,009, around all this level, then perhaps you would say short term it was bearish. Let us switch over to the dailies. If you were, if you short it around here, then of course, after a parabolic rally, normally the stock price, gold price, corrected. So that is absolutely normal. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Okay, after a parabolic rally, the price most of the time, correct. So that's what happened with gold as well. And you can see this dead cat bounce. Whenever a massive correction happens, the stock price is going to rise again, and of course it's going to come down, which of course is what it's doing right now. So you guys might be lucky that right now we are watching gold at this level. We may look back in the next 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, and gold will be trading at 2,500 US dollars, and then you'll be wondering, why didn't I add to my position when Dayo was talking bullish about gold? I look at that chart and see lower highs and lower low. What I'm seeing in gold right now is it's more or less a head and shoulder building. This is what I'm seeing in gold, head and shoulder building. You can see that this support is still holding. If you switch over to the dailies, you can see there is a support right here. It's bounced, then we broke it and formed some kind of head. And right now this looks like the right shoulder. So if I am correct, guys, we are going back to this 2,000 something US dollars level. So that is all about gold. Lower highs and lower low. No. If you want to talk about lower highs and lower low, you have to zoom out a little bit. Look at that. This is absolutely not lower high. Look at that from 2018. It has been going higher. This more or less higher high and higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So that's what more or less what is going to what's happening with gold, in my opinion. Okay, you may be correct, you may be right as well. You may be correct, but this is what I am watching. So it seems like gold has found a bottom at this level. What I'm waiting for right now is just oil to come down. That's all. With gold, I'm more or less in a good position with gold. Oil is the only thing, and Bionano Genomics is more or less a long-term investment. So whatever is happening with Bngo right now is I can't say none of my business, but if it comes down to this level, I will just add to my position. Bngo, I'm just putting it here to see what is going on with Bionano Genomics. I'm not day trading Bngo or anything like that. And of course, I'm waiting for Ethereum to come down to this 2,000 US dollars level, and I'm waiting for Doge to come down to 27 cents. So in my opinion, this right here from oil is a bull trap. A bull trap. It's a trap ellipse. This right here, in my opinion, is a trap. It's going to trap bulls, in my opinion. Okay, I may be wrong, but I think it's going to trap bulls. This was in my opinion, this is a good time to short oil. But we have to wait and see, because candlestick is more or less a lagging indicator, and this may be the beginning of a breakout, but fundamentally, technically, I don't see any reason why this should be a breakout. So that's why I am short oil. Crypto, I think crypto is already disrupting gold. Okay, crypto, like Zach said yesterday, crypto was supposed to, Bitcoin is, gold is supposed to be above 5,000 US dollars right now. But because of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these crazy coins out there, that's why I believe gold is trading at 1,800 and 700 and, more or less 1,800 US dollars level. If not for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other coins, I believe gold will be right now trading, you know, above $2,500 level, at least above that level. So the only reason why gold is trading at this level is because of all these guys: Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. You know, so you have a good point. You have a good point. Yeah, I'm also watching Bionano Genomics. This is the chart of Bngo that I am watching. If it goes down, you know, if it goes down to this level, I'm definitely going to add to my position. But this is more or less a downtrend. We need to get out of this zone for the rally to continue. We need to get out of this zone, this consolidation zone right here. So yep. You know, you may argue that if oil breaks out of this resistance right here, it should go higher. But I've been doing this, you know, for years, and sometimes brokers, okay, market makers, they set us up for trap. They set a trap for, you know, traders, okay. They are going to show you something like a breakout, because everybody can see what I am watching right now. They are going to set you up, you know, like there is a breakout, and then, you know, you would open a position, a buy position, you know, thinking the price is going to go higher, and then the price is going to go higher a little bit. Then you'll be happy with your position, and what's gonna happen is, bam, it will come back down. So I mean, this is oil. The psychology of trading oil is absolutely completely different from everything else. How to trade oil is different from how you trade gold, is different from how you trade stocks, is different from how you trade indexes or crypto. So the psychology of oil is something else entirely. Okay. So 15 minutes to 5. We're gonna wait like 15 minutes and see what's gonna happen next, and then and then I'm trying to see if there is some kind of news out there that I can share with you guys quickly from Bionano Genomics. But so far, okay, so this is why the market has been going down, guys. Now I have a news. This is why I believe the market has been going crazy. Bond yields touch 2.0.
Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live on this Friday morning. The main story this past week was what happened with the Federal Reserve's announcement on Wednesday. And of course, that move created a lot of ripples in the bond market. And where we have changes in the bond market, we have changes in the mortgage market and then in the housing market. Joining us now to talk about all of the downstream impacts that we've seen so far in the last couple of days from the Fed's announcement is Mark Fleming. He's the chief economist over at First American. So Mark, let's just start with what we've seen in 30-year rates really over the last couple of months, because we saw a big move in Treasury yields at the beginning of 2021 after those record lows hit at the end of last year. Where were things standing ahead of this announcement, and what have we seen in the last few days?
Well, you're absolutely right. We saw mortgage rates sort of sitting at the 2 3/4 or sub 3% range earlier this year. The rise in Treasury yields obviously pushed mortgage rates up to a little bit above 3%. But you know, even with announcements about the risks of inflation, transitory inflation, the bond market didn't really respond very much to the FOMC announcements earlier this week, and mortgage rates still sit at what would be, by arguably any standard, historic lows, even in the low 3s.
And so, Mark, how are mortgage rates even factoring into the decisions that people are making right now? I mean, we've been talking a lot about housing dynamics, more supply and demand dynamics, more, you know, is lumber hard to get or expensive, et cetera. And we've been talking a lot less about the mortgage side of the equation because it has been so low. So how are you thinking about it?
Well, the low mortgage rates basically drive what we refer to as house buying power. You know, how much home can you afford to buy? Well, a mortgage rate of 3% or 3.5% means you can buy an awful lot of home. Just for context, you know, prior to the global financial crisis, mortgage rates were 4.5%, 5.5%, 6%. So, you know, we have such a strong amount of house buying driven demand at the moment because of those low mortgage rates. But the interesting thing is, those same low mortgage rates actually also influence supply, because the majority of homes brought to market for sale are brought by existing homeowners. And those existing homeowners are taking advantage of the low rates and locking in historically low refinanced mortgages, which discourages them from bringing the market to supply. So you get a supply restriction and a demand boost that ends up in fast rising house prices.
Yeah, and Mark, we obviously it's very easy in the media to talk about fast rising home prices, not only because the data is again very easy to discern, but everybody who watches our program and reads our articles has some take on the housing market. But the affordability side that you outlined there, I think, is an interesting dynamic as well. How much more affordable a home that's $500,000 is at 3% versus 4% and so on. And I'm just curious, as you sit here and think about the future of the rates market, future of the economic cycle, is there even a world where the 30-year is back at 5% or 6%? Or have we created this dynamic where the housing market needs things at 2 3/4, 3 1/4 for this cycle to keep going and the dynamism to kind of remain there?
Well, it's actually interesting. If you think about it, we've had mortgage rates in this very low range for about a decade now. So we've been stimulating house buying power and demand for a very long time, since the global financial crisis. And I think you're absolutely right. We've sort of gotten used to it. We've set our expectations around it. That said, people will still buy homes. It's not purely.
So according to your question, Matthew, about Tesla, I am super bullish Tesla, okay? I mean, let me show you the chart of Tesla that I am watching. You have to switch over to the dailies. So this is what I'm watching with Tesla right now. I mean, Tesla came down to 440, around this level, $450 level. It was a strong buy. It came down back again to the same level, forming a double bottom. It was, of course, still a strong buy. So right now, if you bought, around this level last month, 19th of last month, you will be in super green right now. So this is what I'm watching with Tesla on the dailies. You can easily see it right here. I've been trading Tesla since, below $200 pre-split. So right now, Tesla is trading above 2,200 and something US, I believe. So that's what I'm watching with Tesla. And of course, when you want to talk about fundamental analysis, I mean, the story is long. I used to be a blogger strictly only about Tesla. This channel used to be mostly about Tesla. I went to Berlin to see Elon Musk. That was last year November or so, when he came to Berlin. I was in this Giga Berlin more than 5 times already. Even when there was nothing, when Giga Berlin was just a pure land, full of these pine trees. Before they chop off the trees and started to construct, I went to Berlin. So that is how deep I am in Tesla. But when you want to talk about the fundamental analysis of Tesla, in my opinion, I mean, I also work for a car manufacturer. I work at auto company. So Tesla to me is a long-term hold. I don't see how all these guys are going to take out Tesla. And also, there is a trend right now. Used cars right now are selling like hot cake, okay? A lot of people are right now buying used cars instead of new cars. So I think the reason is because in 2030, this is a trend. So in my opinion, this is how it's going to be. We are going to be seeing increase, used car are going to be seeing a lot of buying power, okay? The buying power of used cars will keep rising, and the buying power of new cars will keep dropping. I'm talking about ICE. I'm not talking about electric vehicles, because the more electric vehicles we have, I believe all these ICE cars are going to be seeing less demand. There's going to be less higher demand for used car for the next 7 years, because a lot of people, you don't want to buy a new car right now, and in the next for example, in Germany in 2030, we are going to be it's either they are going to increase the taxes on ICE cars, or they are going to stop manufacturing ICE cars completely. Because according to Daimler, Volkswagen, BMW, they have already stopped producing. They have already stopped researching new ICE engines, in my opinion. I mean, they are now putting more money into researching electric vehicles. So in the next 7-8 years, you don't want to buy a new car only to drive it till 2030 and start to pay double tax on your car, or maybe the government is just going to just scrap all ICE cars completely. Nobody knows, but we have to we have like 9 years left before this complete transition to electric vehicle is going to take over everything. So in my opinion, Tesla is a very strong one. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. I mean, anything can happen with all these German manufacturer, for example, and they may close their factory, because right now the electric cars that they are selling it more or less at loss. Okay, they are paying you to buy their car. They are not really making profit from their electric vehicle. So Tesla right now is the number one whenever you talk about electric vehicle. And I mean, it's just stupid. I know some people are shorting Tesla right now. I was talking with a friend on Twitter, a few hours ago. From last night, we were talking. The guy's shorting Tesla right now. I mean, it's just plain stupid to be shorting Tesla right now. He's supporting Ford, over Tesla. It's just completely stupid. Where was Ford when Tesla was building Model 3, when they were going to production hell? Where was Ford? They were nowhere to be found. So that's my opinion in a nutshell. That's my opinion about Tesla. So yeah, I hope I've been able to answer your question a little bit. So Bionano Genomics seems to somehow trying to go down by force. I think Bngo is going to close red today. I mean, since the market's open, you guys can see what has been happening, except if we see some kind of breaking news, then perhaps the stock price is going to rise. But so far, it has been going down, since the market opened, almost 1.5 hours now. It's just been going down. I mean, I think I'm going to end this live stream in the next 6 minutes or so. Then I'll just go and chill out, play my video game. The market more or less seems to have, it seems to be consolidating right now. Nothing big is going on. Nothing. There's absolutely no reason to, just cryptocurrency, of course, the downtrend still continues. So I will just keep this chart. I'll just save it. Let me save it as stream, so that the next time we come online, we can continue where we stop. I'm going to save it as stream. We have oil right here. We have Ethereum. We have gold. We have Bngo. We have Tesla, and we have Doge right here on the daily. So let's wait like 4 more minutes, then we can end this live stream. If you have any question, you can still drop it. I still have about 5 minutes left to answer your question. Okay.
So I would quibble a little bit with that idea. The fact that the rate hikes, maybe they're going to be more aggressive, but the fact that maybe it's going to happen at the end of 2022 instead of 2023, is that really more aggressive? I don't know. I don't know about that.
Corrections have to start somewhere. They have to start somewhere.
If they have to happen at all, I suppose.
To that point, we've had a lot of people come on our show and say, I think there's going to be a 10% correction, and then no one can tell us why. So here it is. Congratulations, everybody. Just moving outside of markets, because I know everyone thinks we're just, automatons and robots who only think about stocks all the time. I'm mostly sitting here refreshing ESPN's homepage. So the world of sports right now has had an amazing week. We go on down the line. We had the Nets-Bucks series is like a weird kind of boring but also exciting thing. You got Durant's game the other night. Baseball has another cheating problem with the pitchers being able to put spider tack on the ball, but now they can't, and they don't really know what to do with that. We've got the U.S. Open for golf happening right now. Salzi, I know you're excited about that. We have the U.S. swimming trials taking place over the past week, so the Olympic team there in the pool is set. The track will begin tonight, and there's a major doping scandal to go along with that. Who doesn't love a good doping scandal as we head towards the Olympics, a tradition truly unlike any other. And then, there's all the personnel moves in the NBA, which we won't bore people with, but it's really been an exciting week in the world of sports, and a week that really feels normal, even though there are still controversies around COVID. We've seen that in golf. We've seen some of that happening in the NFL as they get started for their season. So just because in my real childhood dreams, I was hosting SportsCenter, not Yahoo Finance Live, I'll get my 90 seconds there of talking about the world of sports.
You need a clock in the corner of the screen.
All
right, we're going to leave it there. Have a great weekend, everybody. Akiko and Zach taking you through the next 2 hours.
All right, Zach. So this is it for today. Matthew, Thomas, I am going offline. It's a beautiful weather outside. Time to go and take some fresh air. Coco Stewart, Justin, thanks guys. Thanks for checking in. Sunil Edicino, Alpha Light. Have a wonderful evening, guys. See you guys in the next live stream. Have a wonderful day, guys. I remain your boy Dayo. This is Frunkla Investment. Ciao, ciao.